and welcome to the latest. Welcome to the latest episode of the Altar, where I am finally back with Ben after so many weeks. It's the Hungarian Jewish Alliance, Israeli, if you will. Yimmer's here. We're gonna get
Yimmer
into
and
it.
I mounted a daring midnight raid, assaulting the Polish ultranationalists that were keeping Matt hostage, and we escaped with a shitload of beer.
Shitload of Polish beer. It's basically the Bud Light of Poland or something. I don't know. I don't speak Polish. I don't know what they're saying.
Yimmer, are you dressing up as Antifa tonight?
Yeah. Wasn't there some Antifa shit going down? How are you gonna drink? Are you just like, are you gonna waterboard yourself with whiskey?
It's a great idea. Second. Oh.
Yeah, waterboard yourself with some whiskey. Yeah. So, we're back. I was actually thinking, I thought it was gonna be funny, like if for some reason I had to miss again tonight, to where people that listen would be like, "What's going on with Matt and Ben?" Because they're never on at the same time. Is there like an internal beef? Is there like beef behind the scenes? It's like, yeah, he's bigger than me. He accidentally sent me a dick pic. He meant it for Yimra, and I was very upset I wasn't getting it first intentionally. And I was like, wow, he's like really meaty. I was like, this is bullshit.
Kind of fucked up.
Yeah, really fucked up. But so what are we talking about tonight? This is actually the first episode where I already had the title planned out. Well, actually not the first one, but for the live one, I already had the episode title planned out. Did I type it in right? That's another thing. And with a description, right? The AnComs of today are the AnCaps of tomorrow. And that should start some shit. I bet you Yimmer's gonna get the people in his fucking inbox like, hey, yeah, I don't agree with this statement at all. I didn't listen to the episode or anything.
Which statement?
Oh, because the episode title is the AnComs of today or the AnCaps of tomorrow.
Oh, wait a second. Based?
Based? Very based?
Wait, is that
Very based.
Hey now.
No, so because I was if I was on last week, I would have brought up this post. Because I was thinking, right, so before I get into the post, here's my mentality of it, right? That so anarchism in general, left, right, middle, whatever, fake anarchists, anarcho-tyrannists or whatever.
Anarcho-monarchists?
Yes, anarcho-monarchists. All of it stems from government overreach, right? So anarchists, there would be no anarchism if it wasn't for the state fucking up constantly, right? The government fucking up constantly. So that we have these different factions of anarchism, right? So so I was thinking in my head, if it wasn't for the state fucking all up in people's shit, fucking abusing the capitalist system, the capitalist class or whatever, there would be no state communist, right, or anarcho-communist. But I wanted to focus on the anarcho-communist, right? If it wasn't for that and how they mingle everywhere behind the scenes and all that, there would be no anarcho-communist. So I'm like, I'm gonna make a post to piss off some AnComs, right? That was the intent. So the post in question is, the only way to get AnComs to think free market capitalism is actually good is to get majority of the state out of their lives. When they aren't getting directly and indirectly taxed as much, they will finally see that it was truly just the government they had an issue with this whole time and not capitalism. And boy, let me tell you how many AnCaps fucking did not like that post. This, I feel like in Westworld, I'm like, this maze isn't meant for you, motherfucker. Look, have you seen Westworld? You haven't seen Westworld?
There's a cowboy in
never
it,
seen
and,
Westworld.
and there's a lady, and there's people. It's like playing Skyrim. There's NPCs.
So spoiler for Westworld is that there was an old investor guy who basically was a fucking sociopath that plays and kills the robots and shit all the time. And he wanted more. He's like, there's got to be more. He's like, what's the maze? So there's a maze that was designed for these robots, right? Not for humans. And he was so destined to get it. And the owner was like, dude, I'm telling you, it's not meant for you. Don't go looking for it. And he really meant that. I'm like, that's what I'm saying now. Dude, it's not, this post is not meant for you. Because I had some people do I want to go back in these comments? Well, there was some people going back and forth between some AnCom in there, blah, blah, blah. But the the funny thing was, it's like one person just like, that's, you're being optimistic. I'm like, well, yeah, because I think how this was created was because the government overreach, right? So if the government dials it, like if we somehow manage, like it's not happening in our lifetime, right? That's the other big thing of that post. When the fuck do you think the government's going to be out of our lives that much that like they'll basically be like next to no regulation?
2 weeks.
Yeah. Oh,
just wait 2 weeks.
15
Yeah,
days.
actually, yeah. See, so Bane in the Batman movie shoots the stock market, so we're gonna do that, right?
Okay.
That's all I'm gonna add to this conversation so far. Thank you.
Okay. So that was my thing. Like people were like, you're being optimistic. I was like, well, yeah, you gotta be, because if you're not optimistic about the future, what the fuck are we doing here? I'm like, might as well just go jerk off in the kitchen, which I might do later.
Right, the Seth Rogen type beat.
I'm gonna do that later while cooking. I'm so excited.
While cooking or cucking? I heard cucking.
Oh, he's cooking.
Cooking.
He's cooking it up.
All right, I'm cooking.
Cooking.
So
I'm having a lovely Mormon couple come over later.
What are you making?
I am gonna make some steak in a skillet with the mushrooms and a garlic butter sauce.
Okay, that's good Sunday night. Good Sunday night right there. Mm-hmm. All right. So, anyways, get back into it. With this, I've made quite a few posts aimed at pissing off AnComs, and for some reason always gets AnCaps when it's clearly not even meant for them, right? And I went a couple people like, oh, this guy wants bottom unity. I'm like, okay, what's wrong? There's nothing wrong with bottom unity except the name, right? Bottom unity is the worst name I've ever heard in my life. And then what was the other fucking thing? I'm not gonna reach my, I don't want to go across the aisle to people that want to fucking kill me. And I'm like, I didn't even say that. That's not even what that post is about. I'm like, you're fucking, like, you are stupid if you think that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying that at all. Like, I'm not telling you as like an AnCap, right, to go find an AnCom that's saying he'll kill you or she'll kill you, but there's no women on the internet, right? Got you. Like, they're not. If they're saying they're going to kill you the first chance they get, like as soon as anarchy is achieved, or if they're going to do a violent revolution, I absolutely do not trust those people. You want the AnComs are like, yeah, like, I don't really fucking, like, I don't care. You just do you, leave me alone. Leave me and my guys alone with our commune and shit.
Yeah, if you want your commune over there, I'll visit every once in a while to, like, enjoy my twink or two. My little side piece, my little hustle.
Hell yeah, get it. Actually, your twink harem will not be allowed in AnCapistan as the king.
No, it'd be literally just like, so it's just like a small wooden fortress.
No
and
shit.
Like
what's up?
Two oversized bears on anabolic steroids guarding it with like M2 machine guns, just fucking carrying them.
Okay.
We figured it out.
You thought long and hard.
Long about that, and hard. I don't have either of those things. Mine's like a crushed beer can with the lid off.
It's easy, thick. I mean, got that going.
It's just thick and crumpled. It looks like one of those little like metal link things you put down the flights of stairs, but like we got all tangled up.
Oh, gross. Very gross.
Like a slinky.
Thank you for that imagery. So,
slinky dick.
Oh, so I just want to ask you two, when we did like the AnCap versus AnCom, whatever fucking episode, I remember we talked about like the bottom unity. It was actually, I think the episode was titled Bottom Unity. Did any of you think that I was saying make friends with any fucking AnCom? What was your guys' take from what I was talking about? I know what I said now, but like, was that what your impression? Because I would hope that it was. Because if I was wrong in talking about it before, I want to clear the air now.
So exactly, you're asking us if we thought you said to make friends with AnComs.
Like every fucking any fucking AnCom.
I'm already friends with people of all
political. Like,
I mean,
because when we talked about the episode, because I know you and me had a little spat about it. What's the utility of it, right? Like, it's like we're carrying the bag, but we want to go two different directions. I think that's the metaphor, or whatever you used about it. I'm gonna say, like, just try to reach out. Like, my thing was like just to reach out. If you find something like AnCom that's willing to talk or whatever, you should engage. That was essentially what I was saying. If I remember correctly, there's been a lot of beer since then.
Not enough cock and ball torture.
Yeah, not enough.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, you're not wrong.
I mean, if you want to at least understand other people's ideologies, it's good to at least talk to them. I always find communication is the best for all.
That's
like relationships.
It's so funny because like all these people go like, oh, you don't know fucking my ideology. Like I don't know your like no, you don't know mine type beat bullshit.
It's like, but you know mine deeply somehow also.
Because the thing is, like, a lot of people get into the whole they're living in what I know there's AnCapistan in your head, but what the fuck is AnCom land called? Because it's not property. It's is it personal property or
personal property?
Personal property, right? I don't even know what like AnComistan or Comic-Con. Yeah, let's go with that. Because they're all furries. Almost all of them. But it's like they're living in this fucking thing in their head because they have this idea, right? Like, capitalism, AnComs, capitalism's bad, like everything. Like today there's a fucking post I saw from Capitalism and Analytics where it was about that dude in the cabin that was there for like 3 decades that got kicked off, right? And some fucking communist dude was like, that's because of capitalism that this happened. And it's like, dude, the local government, like the dude that owned the land didn't give a shit. The local government gave a shit and threatened to fucking pretty much charge him with like violations and shit, and there's no access to road or whatever, running water. That's why. And he's like, you guys don't fucking get that, like our government's capitalist too. Like the government's capitalist, the private owner. It's like, oh, it's all capitalism. I'm like, you guys will say that, oh, wow, like these guys just think socialism is when the government does anything, and the more government involvement, the more socialism it is. Like, you're doing the same shit.
That's correct.
Everything the government does is capitalism, and the more things the government does, the more capitalism. Like, how fucking... I stole that, by the way. Someone posted that on that post. Like, that's actually good. I'm gonna use it later.
How many AnCaps are gonna get pissed off about this episode?
I hope all of them, because
they're all gay.
If someone's not pissed off, I'll be upset.
I hope.
If I'm not pissed off.
You know what's funny is that I want to piss off the AnCaps, and now it's gonna be I'm finally gonna get the AnComs in Yimmer's inbox, right? Be like, oh, I don't like the I don't like the episode.
Prepare yourself.
Yeah, so it might be nice to get some nice controversial stuff in my inbox instead of people telling me that they want to drink my piss. So it's a good change up.
Which are you just gonna let them die of thirst?
Yes, actually.
You monster. Let's see.
Bro, it got no hydration. That shit.
Watch me in the chat. Watch me in the chat. Okay, make friends in general. And California. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we can go with that.
And we don't have as good of a ring, but
yeah,
what's it gonna get now?
I mean, it doesn't ring as well as AnCapistan.
No, not yet. We'll figure one out.
But yeah, but all these basically, the whole thing is fucking bottom unity. Be for it, be against it. I don't give a shit because it doesn't fucking matter right now. Like, it could help. It's just a little fucking step in a certain direction. You're not gonna get fucking anarchy in your lifetime, so just shut the fuck. It doesn't fucking matter.
Not without extremely extreme things. Which, good luck. I think I said before is like anybody who's willing to do the extreme things that require those things to be done are probably so mentally like out of check that they'll probably lose their fight with the police once the helicopter finds them on the Civic.
Yeah.
Using infrared vision.
The problem is that you could, in theory, because it's all theory, right? You could have AnCapistan or
the commune. Let's just call it the commune.
Communism. Let's call that
the communism.
Anarcho-commie land. How's that sound?
Oh, I like Commie Land. Commie Land sounds like a fun theme park.
You could technically do that right now if you had enough people, like, because there's like private islands or whatever. But like the fact, like, even with AnCapistan or Commie Land or whatever, you still have to figure out how to fucking get resources there to the island. But you could, in theory, pull a bunch of money together and start this anarchist society that you want to see, right? But a bunch of people that think the same way. You have friends you got, like you, me, yep. Like, hey, let's find an island. Ben can have his fucking, whatever Jewish people do over here. Like, I'm gonna do my thing here, and then Yimro's gonna have a thing.
What I'm doing. Yeah.
And then we're good. Like we're good. Like we're set, and we got our shit, and we're living good. But we have to figure out how to get, if the soil sucks, like whatever, like I'm not gonna get too deep dive into it. But you got to figure out how to get the resources that you need, internet connection.
Not to worry, Matt. One of the secret thing the Jews do will make the soil good to go.
All right, perfect. So, the problem is, once that's figured out, Commieland or AnCapstan will thrive, right, on the small island.
Mm-hmm.
Then the government, using the media, is going to say that these people are, not, fucking money laundering because we use fucking crypto or something. We abuse children or whatever. They don't have any laws, blah, blah, blah. We need to go fucking, it's a humanitarian crisis. Commieland,
fucking blue helmets just start coming in and
start
beating up people.
Come rape us, right? Come rape us. That's what they're good at. That's the only thing the UN can do. So you're gonna fucking, like, the government right now, any government right now is not gonna let that happen, because if you give one little thing of hope that can be without government running free, hell no. So they're gonna put out the propaganda reports that, like, oh yeah, these, like, they're fucking terrible. We need to go and take care of it, and they're gonna wipe us out, and that's it. And then people are gonna, like, well, they should have just moved to Somalia, and then I would come back from the grave and I would fucking kill all those people, cut their throats. That's not too bad. Oh, so start. Well, No Shay in the chat said the cheapest private islands he saw was 500,000 in Canada, and it was only 100 acres. Fun fact.
Only 100, huh?
Yeah, only 100 acres. Fun fact.
Only 100 acres.
What was it? The camps. Yeah. I'm trying to remember the name. There was like a small, like, I think it was like 200 acre or something. It wasn't like too terribly big, like a farm or whatever, in between two governments. Like, this was like one of the notable anarchist societies, and I think it was like the 1800s. It was like right around when tobacco got big, right? And they were like right in between two big government places, and the governments liked that they were like a little buffer with no government. So they're like, okay, yeah, we'll let you guys do your thing. So they were farmers. It was basically just a big farmland. And they fucking planted tobacco. And they sold it tax-free to the residents of each city. And they're fucking making a killing. Right? Because it's like, you don't pay taxes, whatever. Like, we're just basically like a communal society. So maybe closer to, like, they're using money. So it's capitalism. But they're sharing the resources. So it's a little communism. So a little AnCap communism.
Nice combo.
Yeah, AnCapcom. And then, so what the governments did is they're like, we're not getting our cut now. They started saying, like, oh yeah, these guys are like pirates and thieves and shit. They're selling like like stolen murder because of whatever bullshit. And they end up just fucking invading, right? Because that's how it always goes. So that's why I'm using that as an example of, like, if anyone tried it now, you would have the government fucking throwing out whatever misinformation they could just to put our story down, because because no one else is going to be able to verify that. No one's going to come to the fucking island, because they're going to think, well, that's AnCapstan. They'll shoot us down before we can get there. We don't know what's going on.
And they'd be right.
Yeah, they would be right.
That's the thing too, is I think people on the communist side would also have to realize is that we'd still either side's going to be in the same fucking boat with any government.
Yeah,
is that we just any type of authoritative figure is going to fuck us raw in the ass eventually.
With no lube.
With no lube.
Super raw in the ass. And then,
super raw.
So yeah, I think that was basically what I wanted to get on. That is just that fucking calm the fuck down. That's really what I'm gonna say. Just all you shut the fuck up. It's not that important. Just shut your goddamn mouth.
Just let it go.
Go to work. Kill your boss. Make money.
Yeah.
Touch some grass. Have consensual sex with someone of legal age. I know
in the
it's
missionary position for the purposes of procreation.
Not for me though. Not for me though. Can't relate. Couldn't be me.
Shut up.
Not yet. 27. That's probably when I'll be like, yep, this is perfect timing.
You know what? With Yirma's lighting, he kind of looks like the 10-second song guy. A little bit.
I don't know who the fuck that is.
Ben does, because it's Frank's brother.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he does a little bit. It's the mustache.
Mm-hmm. That was the funniest thing on Frank's show. When I was like, when I like in the beginning when I went on there, I'm like, why does that dude next to you look familiar? Why does your brother look so familiar to me? He's like, oh, he's the 10-second sounds guy. This is like right in the beginning when he just blew up. I'm like, oh no shit, it's crazy. I need to get I need to hit up Frank. I'm gonna go to New York one of these days. And I'm gonna meet up with Frank, and I'm gonna try to meet up with his brother. I'm like, hey, dude, I wrote a song about punching babies back in 2008. Can you do a cover for that for me? And he's like, absolutely not. I'm like, okay, well, whatever, fuck you then. I'll do it myself. And I wanna punch babies all night and gas all the juice. I'm just kidding. Okay.
Whoa.
I don't know what's going on. Anyways, all right. So let's go into the new segment. I think we could do it weekly. Just like, hey Matt, no, pause real quick. We talk about what you said. No, we're gonna move on. We're gonna the anti-Semitism. We're gonna leave behind. Oh yeah, maybe I shouldn't drink the fourth beer over here, but we're gonna see.
Oh, shut up.
It's too late. Just continue.
Yeah.
Oh man.
All right. So we're gonna do. I thought the other day, I see stupid posts all the time, and I'm like, this isn't the argument you think it is. And I never really thought about doing anything for the show about it until recently. Is that I have a friend on my Facebook. She is smart when it comes, well, like most people, she's smart when it comes to everything else except political discussions. Because everyone's stupid. If you're not an anarchist or at least a libertarian, you're dumb as shit. So don't argue politics. Just share fucking cat pictures. So she is big on your body, your choice, except for vaccinations. What else? That if you are a man, you shouldn't be making any laws about women's bodies, yada yada yada. So she shared a Twitter post from somebody, which reads this: schools can't enforce masks, but sure did enforce not letting us wear shorts or spaghetti straps. So, and I like the caption from the person that like originally posted it, that she shared it from. It was like, the tea is scalding. I'm like, it's really not. Oh my god. Give me my gun. Snake, this is solid. Okay, so this is not the argument you think it is, right? So this is the start of the segment. I need to make an intro for it. This isn't the argument you think it is, or something. We'll get a little jam with it.
We'll actually just have someone say it in like to throw everybody off.
We'll have Marcel like voice, like I'll get a Marcel voice over it, and then at the end be like, "Where's my $10?" or something. So this argument is like, okay, so you already are you saying that they're cool, like it's cool for them to enforce the dress code of shorts and spaghetti straps? Because you weren't, especially the girl that shared this that I'm friends with is totally against that. She's like, you should be able to wear whatever. Like, teach your boys not to rape type beat. Right. So I'm like, okay, so if you're sharing that, you should be in agreement that they shouldn't be able to enforce masks, and they also shouldn't be able to enforce the dress code shit. But no, you're saying that, well, since they can enforce this, they should be able to enforce that. Like, okay, then I never want to hear you bitch about the dress code ever again. But that's not the world we live in. So this is the girl too. I always comment on her shit. There's like 3 people that always share, like, is my buddy Dustin or whatever, her, and God, I can't remember the other person. Oh no, she blocked me, Mona. That was a family member. But she didn't block me, she unfriended me. But she was like, Facebook. She's like a right wing. Well, she's like a Republican retard. And she like, I was constantly dunking on her, and I was getting like arguments with her and her friends who like, well, if you're like a fucking, why don't you just go to a Democrat city and live there? I'm like, I'm not a fucking Democrat, you fucking idiot. So watch your shit, watch your mouth, watch your fucking cock holster when you're talking to me on the internet. So but this girl that shared the spaghetti strap one, I'm like, yeah, this girl, the girl had tweeted, it's right. They shouldn't enforce either. Not a response. I never get a response from her. One day, I'm just going to comment on something she posts and be like, wow, you really are retarded. You just wake up and like, I'm going to be the most retarded person today. And when she responds,
drink a big glass of retarded juice.
Yeah. Yeah, like when she responds, I'll be like, oh, so you do see these. Okay, just making sure. I'll be blocked before that. But
More at 11
more
tops
11.
moment.
So that is
Bold strategy.
the one. And then I told Ryan, friend of the show, who was on the show, I told him about this idea. So he tagged me in 2 posts on Facebook. I don't know if Ben saw that or not, but let's go.
Not.
This one might drive you guys fucking crazy.
Oh boy.
Okay, you ready? Ready for this?
Sure.
Yeah.
Another tweet from Dr. Amit Arya. Super Indian, not wearing a mask in his profile picture. Well, he really doesn't like your grandma. Just FYI. So there goes.
What a Nazi.
Yeah, what a Nazi. So he's like, today I've already used my driving passport to get to work, and at my work, and my work passport to enter the hospital. After work, I'm looking forward to using my money passport to buy some pizza, and my age passport to have some beers. What are you all doing today? Hashtag vaccine passports. This is
Stealing. Okay, so what I'm doing today is not paying with a card. Cringe.
Yeah.
Never using any type of my identification of any kind at any place. Hello? I don't get ID'd. They just see me and they're like, "You're a 37 depressed Middle Eastern man. Go ahead, have all the beer you want, kid." I'm like, "Okay, thank you."
Yeah, like,
Use cash.
Ben, what do you got to say about this? Give me something.
These arguments just pain me. Like
it's like, okay,
visceral.
so you're okay with using several, I mean, a card passport I don't think is really part of the argument to begin with. That's just a piece of plastic used to move money
guess,
from one thing to another. It's not an ID for you somewhere.
My question is, how does he feel about having to use his voter ID passport?
Exactly.
Have to have one of these.
That would be a good observation.
Am I gonna have to show vaccine card? Oh my god, I can't talk. Would I have to show a vaccination card when I went to go vote? Would that be the same as a voter ID?
It would be funny as hell if they started asking for. I mean, they probably will, right? At the voting lines, like, oh, you just bring don't worry about a driver's license, bring your vaccine passport, and like, wow. Black people are incapable of figuring out how to get a vaccine passport. This is discriminatory. They're like, wait, what? What are you talking about?
And then Republicans sweep the House.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
I think the midterms are likely. And if his story will tell us anything about it.
How about her story? Okay, the girl who's
How about we have a she covery instead of a she session?
I don't get this trans terminology. Can you explain it to me?
No, I don't understand.
Oh no, I'm thinking I could rule the world as a drag queen. I was told I'd be pretty good at it. So I mean, thoughts, guys? Let's derail this conversation.
You could be a thought. You could be a thought for sure. I did that face app swap.
I would the face app swap where
someone did.
Stunning.
Yeah, I was like, dude,
I did it for myself too.
Yo, bro, if you rolled over here, like, it'd be dangerous. Like, if you're looking like that, you're like, hello.
So I come in clean shaven, I put a little bit of makeup on, clean the eyebrows, a little bit of gloss. I'm wearing a turtleneck so you can't see the Adam's apple. I smoke some type of crack that makes my voice higher pitched. Like, hey, Mr. Moonlit, what are you doing all alone in this house?
You little flat-chested bitch.
No, I'll stuff some fucking tissues in here or something. We'll figure it out.
No Shay is asking, when do you think they're gonna roll out the armbands? It's not gonna be that. It's gonna be an app on your phone. They don't need it. They're gonna be able to fucking scan your shit.
21st century.
Leave your Bluetooth on, and they'll just fucking, as you walk by, it'll connect.
I would never put my Bluetooth on. It also drains your battery.
Yeah, not that much. But you can, or they could do what China's doing, facial scans, and because you just have to, if you want to live in society, you have to upload your information to a public database, and they'll scan you. I
hate the Antichrist.
Don't we all? That's how it's gonna go. So, anyways, my thing on this, the driving passport, you're rarely asked for this driving passport. And your age pass, like, it's like he's like mixing this shit like all together, because the age passport's the same as your driving passport, right? But like, you're not always asked, like, I don't know the last time I've used my driver's license, like for a cop, right? Like, so like I had like one ticket recently because like I didn't get an inspection sticker done. But other than that, I'm free to drive. No one knows. Fucking Max, fucking racist friend of the show. He was driving. I think he just got his driver's license again. But like the entirety of the time I knew him, so for like at least past 6 years, right? He's been driving to work for like 40 fucking minutes or like 30, 40 minutes back and forth from work. No driver's license. No problem.
Based in red pilled.
So it's like, that's the fucking driving passport's stupid because it doesn't even work. It's not like as soon as you get on the road, there's a checkpoint and you have to produce it or else.
You have to scan your driver's passport in your.
It's like the National Guard's out there with the fucking APC, like, need to see your ID, son, or what you got.
And then like, so like, but the work passport or whatever for the hospital, it's like, yeah, because you want fucking people that are actually employed there to be there. Because what if some fucking random person walked in there, stole a bunch of fucking oxys, right? They're protecting their bottom line. It's not about protecting other people, it's protecting their fucking bottom line. Let's be real. Or like,
there's also for like access doors in certain places where you put it there and it lets you get into a certain room.
Yeah,
like when I was working security, everyone had these tags, and like it would flip up who tried to go into where. My favorite was some scumbag went to the mother's room, which is for like pregnant ladies or ladies who had kids and they breastfeed in there and have like a bunch of baby supplies. And a couple of skells would try to get into there, and the IDs wouldn't allow it. You know, those are that's a reason on for a private business to have those.
Yeah,
so
but
some skell doesn't try to like look at women milking.
It's not like no one cares about, like, it's like, so people, like, there's areas of your work that only certain people should be, right? And there's for different reasons of that, not necessarily whatever, but like he's conflating these very small reasons with like, oh yeah, like you need a passport to protect everybody. And we go on to your money passport. It's
which
like,
doesn't make any sense. You
it doesn't.
You can use cash.
Oh no, your cash is a money passport too, or whatever.
Okay, then I mean you could technically use your gun passport to get free.
Exactly. I'm like, I use my gun passport, right? So it's like the money passport's fucking stupid because it's not like you can walk into the business without that card.
His argument basically is suggesting should use.
Have you ever? Because it's like to buy pizza. It's like, oh no, like, well, you could fucking use wherever because your phone or whatever. But it's like it's so stupid because it's not a passport. Like you're fucking like.
Well, the problem is his argument is basically saying, well, we already have all these different forms of identification, whatever. This one is just another one. It's no big deal. But also, what I think we are saying is most of these either make no sense or shouldn't exist to begin with.
Yeah, it's not the argument he thinks it is.
Yeah, it's either let's add another form of identification, which is basically redundant when you already have a license and an actual passport, let alone your fucking other.
When's the last time? Oh, you probably get carded all the time.
Right? It depends where.
Okay.
Because some places they card literally everybody. They just do it regardless.
Let me let you know. In the South, they're fucking barely carding anybody. Ben,
how
often? You card?
So I went to. Usually the liquor stores around here they have to do your ID. So usually every time I go, I get carded.
Yeah, fucking
you could literally be a 47-year-old.
I don't get carded at all.
I don't think I've been ID'd in. I want to say almost a month or so. Like I bought like beer and liquor. I literally walked into a liquor store, bought like 5 bottles of booze for like a party, and didn't get ID'd. But then I went to 7-Eleven and grabbed myself a Four Loko. Even then I didn't get ID'd. I got ID'd like 3 weeks ago at a different 7-Eleven while buying Four Loko.
Hell yeah.
3 weeks or a month ago. You know, one or the other. No difference. No week difference.
The first time they knew you were on a mission.
They knew I had to get some shit done. They don't get to interrupt me. I bought gin, whiskey, moonshine, something else I don't remember, which meant I probably drank the whole damn thing.
The thing I got going for me is I have the gray hairs, right? So I don't fucking. I got mad gray hairs, baby. That's why I shave most of this off. Get it cut. Get that clean up. Get all the gray hairs off.
Got the fade going.
Dude, when. Yeah, pro tip: go bald and never get ID'd. Based. Go with it. Dye my fucking beard gray. Whatever. No, there was like a girl at Food Lion. I was like, because like I don't think I've ever been card, but I just have it out just in case because it's always the times I don't have my fucking card that they go to card me. There's one girl, she's like, oh no, she's like, don't worry about it, you look old enough. I was like, thank you.
Oh, no.
I'm like, what do you mean by that exact? I was like, oh thanks. And I was like, wait, what do you mean by old enough? She's like, look like you'd be at least 40. I'm like, thank God, I've made it. I'm at the age of 33. I've made it. But there was there was the one tactic I used because I was at the store and I fucking forgot my ID at home, right? Because I had it like I left it in the car. I left it in my wife's car, and I'm like, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fucking grab my old expired concealed carry permit and just get ready to present that. Like, oh yeah, you need my ID, right? And like get ready to present it and see what happens. And see if she won't take it because like whatever. And that's exactly what happened. I was like, oh yeah, like you need my ID, and I was already pulling it out. She's like, oh no, like you're fine. I was like, okay. I'm like, put it back in. I'm like, yeah, I just figured you guys have to ask like under 40. She's like, yeah, like we normally do, like normally look at it, but normally people that are underage don't offer their ID like that. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. She's like, yeah, so if you didn't have, she literally verbatim said, like, yeah, if you didn't have your ID, you wouldn't be going to show it to me. I'm like, yeah, you're right. If I didn't have my ID, I wouldn't be going to show it to you.
According to Katie Kaku.
Yeah, it was so good. Let's see.
To be fair, if you have a concealed carry permit, you're old enough. All right, you're old enough to drink.
Jesse, there are federal agents outside the live pod.
I'm currently rewatching Breaking Bad.
Dude, very based.
Such a good show. I forgot how the first like few seasons it's kind of just like a family drama that just so happens to be about drugs, kind of like how Sopranos is like a mob drama that just so happens to be about family.
Yeah.
And every once in a while it's a little rough because certain scenes where I'm like, they could not write women characters in this show, and it sucks. I don't want to be that guy because Better Call Saul did such a good job with like Renegade. And this show is just like I hate every single woman in this show. And I don't like it. They're just not likable, even if they're right.
I don't remember because like I think I watched a lot of that when I was drunk, to be honest. But I'm like, that was a good show. I mean, okay. Spoiler alert: if you haven't seen The Sopranos, I'm about to spoil the shit out.
I was saying that about Breaking Bad. Sopranos, great.
Yeah, but no, you brought up Sopranos, but I just want to quickly because I know there's people that are like, oh yeah, my god, how did it end? If you didn't fucking whatever. I'm not going to put a marker in this anyway, so just figure it out. Tony died. He's dead. Okay? That was why I went to black. It was his last... What he was seeing was supposed to be the door. He's dead. He's gone. Finito, puto. Alright? That's it. So anyways, Breaking Bad, go. Breaking Bad, go.
No, that's it. So I already made my point with it.
I think.
What? Did you?
I think I already made my statement.
Oh, just you're going to watch it? I like Breaking Bad.
I was just rewatching it, and you know, it was a good show. It's just very slow in the beginning. It's a good build up, so it's like people were like, "This is the scene where Walter White became Heisenberg." It's like,
it's not that deep.
You're like it's not. One, it's not, and two, you're like the 38th person to suggest that a scene is the scene that he became this. It's like that's not how that works.
He was always Heisenberg, you fucking idiots.
Yeah, like
he was always,
sure,
he was always that.
Probably a pinnacle moment that kind of made him shift more to one to the other, but it doesn't. I don't think the point they're making is the one that should be made. It's kind of like a lackluster one. It's like talk about the Godfather, and then you talk about the lore of the Godfather. It's like,
you know what?
You're watching it for the wrong reasons, I think.
Let's talk about Breaking Bad. Let's just roll with that.
Okay.
Because I think he was always
Black's Twinks.
Let's see what. Yes. Sorry, my wife's texting me. Yes, I can.
This fucking guy. Just be gay like all of us, all right?
I'm half gay, dude. I'll top you, bro. Don't worry. Oh, actually, it's not gay to top you, so I'm still straight.
No, I bring that up all the time at work. It's not gay to top someone.
So no, Breaking Bad, like he was always Heisenberg, dude. Like in my opinion,
the only difference is like it's just like
it was how much power he had. It was the thing. He was always that person. He just didn't have the resources to be that person.
He didn't have the resources or confidence. But then once he did, you know, I mean, because yet
'Cause,
again,
like,
the guy is a very intelligent person. I mean, the guy can pretty much you give him like a set of tools, MacGyver his way out, whatever. As far as the show's concerned,
that was what pissed me off about that show. Is that the only thing that pissed me off, really, was the Fly episode 1. That was just filler.
Well, that was a budget.
I'm like, I could watch anime for that. No, it wasn't a budget issue. The Fly episode.
The Fly episode, if I remember correctly, was basically they only had so much money left, and they were like, we're just going to use this episode to save ourselves some money. We're going to use one set.
I'm gonna look into that. I'll take your word for it now. But next week,
fact check it.
I'm gonna make a YouTube video about it. Like, I'm fact checking him right now because he's a little bitch saying shit on my podcast. I'm just kidding. Our podcast, comrades. Sorry.
Our podcast.
So no, like, so the Fly episode was like, I fucking hated that because like what the end was basically like, yeah, like I know it's short. Yeah, I know you're skimming. Jesse, you need to stop doing that. And then the other thing was the backstory of Gray Matter, like the company. Like I guess it's like we were trying to go with like the whole like you don't know enough about it. Like there was like a falling out. Like he was with that one girl, and that one girl went with Elliot,
who was attractive for like 0.3% of the scene, and I was like,
well, she was the lesbian from Friends, so it's natural. Natural to go to the bald guy,
of course,
whatever that. Actually, no, the nerdier guy. So like that was like piss. I'm like, it's like, dude, there was so much that you could have done there to like really build up more of Walter, but I guess you didn't need to because now that I think about it,
you kind of really understood that like he like had some feelings. I think the father of the girl funded the company with some more money, and he has a pride thing about that. He's a fucking idiot. That's like half the problem. Actually, that's the entire issue with him. He's a brilliant man who could pretty much make everything work out for him because, he's arguably like probably one of the smartest people in the show, if not the smartest, but in a lot of ways. But he's
wasn't smart enough to cure cancer. Dumbass.
No, but his ego tripping is part of the issue.
Yeah.
Then also, I mean, you live a stressful life in which you are dealing with chemicals, even wearing gas masks and everything else like that. I mean, you're still surrounded by this shit constantly. It definitely didn't help his lung cancer that was in remission, where they could do a surgery to rip that fucking shit out.
Oh, speaking of which, Walter's masks were the only thing that could protect him against COVID. You know what I mean? We got Solo.
Even if you're gonna follow what the CDC says, that's actually legit. Like, you need a full rebreather, baby.
Yeah, let's see. We got the chat. Heisenberg was his ego. The violence was the reaction for years of repression and impotence. Heisenberg slowly substituted Walter White. Okay. Yeah.
I like that. I like that one. It's
that's
good.
Good.
We're just going to turn to a discussion of characters in shows and movies and media now.
Yeah.
Word.
We're gonna ditch that. We're gonna get more viewers that way.
The anarchist takes on certain shows. Walter White, very based for kidnapping his kids.
Walter White did nothing wrong.
Based for poisoning a kid.
He poisoned a kid. He's kidnapped his kid Holly, but then returned her because he realized it wasn't his property; it was his wife's. Very based.
Oh my God. He also blew up a Dodge Challenger after revving the engine in his driveway for like 30 minutes. Oh no, was it the 300?
That fucking dubstep song was hilarious. Hilarious. When they did the whole like
fire.
Yeah, when they did a spaz out between him and his like fucking cerebral palsy son. They like going back and forth. I don't know.
Oh yeah, the
I'm getting
Aggressive
louder,
Deep Josh
louder,
commercial.
Yeah.
With the Jeep Wagoneer, which is a new model coming out. It's an overpriced car with a lot of wood inside of it. Don't buy.
You could be an overpriced car with a lot of wood inside it, bro.
About to say, who else is gonna have a lot of wood inside of it?
I don't know, but my rap name going to be mid-size sedan, large-size sedan. Who knows?
Okay, well, I'll call you compact, but it's fine. Yo, how much room's in that compact trunk? You know what I mean?
No, man. I'm a hatchback. I got an ass for days, baby. I got cargo space like you wouldn't believe.
Yo, Yim, what about the Pontiac Aztec?
I could actually go on for about 20 minutes about the Pontiac Aztec, and I will.
You've got 5.
All right. The Pontiac Aztec was Pontiac's attempt to be a car for everybody, for like cool people want to surf and also fit all their cargo.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That is
remember?
what.
I mean,
That's what.
I wasn't alive when this car was like had.
No, I
but,
forgot.
you know.
That's what Walter drove.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
I
Pontiac
completely
Aztec,
forgot about that car.
It basically is the
Thank you for
first modern take on the crossover designer vehicle. It is also probably one of few reasons why Pontiac fell through as a company, because they lost so much money on that car. That and also the recession kind of fucking water. Really great concept of being a car where you can do a lot of things. There was a lot of the features that were going to originally add to the car, but development costs and just feasibility and all these packages would have made it so expensive. So financially fell the fuck through. And I mean, nowadays, because the car marketplace is very weird, not even just now, but in the last like handful of years before pandemic, the Pontiac Aztec, I'm sure you will find absurd prices for them, unless they have like an absurd amount of miles. But I mean, honestly, it's not a terrible car on the scale of cars that exist from that time period. Not a great one either.
I also like that I had the last part of this like isn't the argument you think it is up on the screen, up on my screen, like big. Like it's not like I forgot about it. It's just I got so involved with this conversation. So yeah, Pontiac Aztec is nothing compared to the Honda Odyssey that I own. They got a chip in the windshield this Saturday.
Sucks.
Well,
you going to like Safe Flight?
No, fuck that. No, I went to Walmart and bought a fucking $10 Rain-X kit and filled that shit with resin. That's good.
Good luck.
What do you mean good luck?
Sometimes you hit a bump pretty good with that shit.
Dude, the thing was, it wasn't a bad. It was basically a little.
How big is it?
It's so like small. This? It was like basically a little dimple removed from the glass. That's why I was gonna do it.
Yeah,
otherwise,
some people come in with a basic window because they put Rain-X on like a big crack. Like, oh, it's supposed to seal up the car. And I was like, well, yeah, it's not the whole fucking crack in the window. It's for like little like scratches and shit.
They have it for long cracks, but it's like you're supposed to literally fill the fucking resin in and put those curing strips on and then go in the sun and shit and then inspect it after, right? Like it's supposed to stop the spread for as long as possible.
I'll do a whole process, but honestly, Rain-X, only thing they make good is that stuff that like you use for like wiper fluid and shit, in my opinion, from what I've seen. They're not terrible, but it's just like I haven't talked to a mechanic yet who's
my wife was saying, because like this is the first time I've done this, but we've bought this kit before, and she's like, well, you did it last time with the fucking with this like the Rogue, the other car. I was like, no, I didn't. I'm like, I bought it and I was going to do it, but you went to the fucking dealership and they were like, oh yeah, we'll do it for like $50 for that little thing to seal it, and Safe Life wanted like 100. So like the fucking dealership did it for her. I'm like, I didn't do it. She's like, no, I swear you did. I'm like, I do not remember this process.
He's gaslighting you, bro. That's fucked up.
Yeah, no, it's fucked up. Getting Polish It's terrible.
Another bit of car bit. You guys see the new Nissan Z?
Hell no.
No.
You gotta look at it. It's fucking cool. It's gonna make every super owner shit their pants a little bit.
Okay. All right. So let's do this last bit of. It's not the argument you think it is. So, I don't know this dude's last name. But he says, make no mistake, if Kyle Rittenhouse had been black or had been wearing a Black Lives Matter t-shirt, there is no way on God's green earth he would have been allowed to walk away. More likely, he would have been shot dead in the street. Not the argument you think it is, because what the fuck do you think this person believes in God at this moment, right? But I know if they're making this argument, they don't believe in God from the get-go. Okay, so right there, boom. But no, what are you saying? Is that so? You're so pissed at Kyle Rittenhouse that he shouldn't be armed? Like no one should be armed, so they can be gunned down?
Should black people be armed?
But they should.
But they'll get gunned down by the police
Michael
anyway.
Bloomberg says no.
But this is the last.
Michael Bloomberg could literally suck my nuts till it's dry, bro.
The fucking last bit of this gets me the most because where it says like it's more likely he would have been shot dead in the street. Well, no, because he would have had a fucking gun, you dumbass. If he was black or in a Black Lives Matter shirt.
He did.
Kyle fucking lit up everybody that came at him. Everyone, and he had very good trigger discipline for being a fucking 18-year-old. I gotta give it shout out to my boy Kyle, White Kyle.
Well, we gotta give an L. His release.
Gotta give an L on what?
The police supposedly was shown that police helped fund his release. Funny enough.
Well, yeah,
Oh,
no,
well,
that's
good for them.
Yeah, well, that's an L for the police using tax money like that. Kyle called that UAV. Yeah, well, no, UAVs for 5 kills, right? We got we got 2.5.
No, 3. Yeah, you get UAV for 3. Depends on the game you're playing, but usually it's like 3.
It's 3. Okay.
It's 3. I play COD every once in a while.
Yeah, he only got 2.5. He wasn't able to call that in. What's the problem?
Unless he has Hotline or whatever it's called, where he gives which reduces it from 1 less kill.
Oh, maybe he does have He could have had Hotline.
It's called Hardline. My bad.
Hardline. Yeah.
I got your hardline right here.
Yeah, I got a Hardline.
Mine hasn't been hard in 3 days. I keep popping Cialis and Viagra. It's not working.
It's good.
I just keep getting heart arrhythmia.
But yeah, no, it's like
Damn, dude.
I'm just like I don't understand these fucking people. Like they think they got these great arguments. Like he would have been shot dead. No, he wouldn't. He had a gun. If he was black or not, he'd been a gun. Hey, you know what? And he had more ammo in the magazine. He would have shot more of these fucking white supremacists if he was black, right? Or wearing a Black Lives Matter t-shirt.
And that's a good thing.
Yeah, it's probably a good thing. It's good for climate change. I'll tell you that right now.
Speaking of shirts with statements, a customer came in with Straight Out of the Closet, like Straight Out of Compton, but with the rainbow thing. And his car was not of our brand. So we had to order a fucking oil filter for him. And I just hate this guy.
Kill him.
You
Not 'cause he was
should put sugar in his gas tank.
Not because he was a fruitcake.
Not because he was a fruitcake.
To be fair, he had headphones on the entire time and had to keep pausing to like listen to me. He was like, bro, trying to sell you work for your car that desperately needs it. Bro, your lower control arms were shot. Bro, listen to me. Stop listening to fucking Drag Race right now, bro. You can listen to it later.
I'm literally begging you to stop listening to Drag Race right now.
Please. You can watch it literally any other time except when I'm talking to you. Have some respect, bro. I don't go to some McDonald's. I at least pause my fucking music rather than fucking listening to it and talk to the man. Get some eye contact, possibly. Homeboy's like it's like fucking 1 a.m. He's just blasting shit and like, I'm here for an oil change.
I got an oil change. I got an oil change.
Come out there and
I don't have time. I don't got time to do all this shit.
Yeah, like listen, bro. You got this wrong with the car. This wrong with the car. This wrong with the car. These should be addressed like immediately because you might crash.
No,
this we can do later. I don't care.
The shit I like to do is because they got the fucking packages like, oh yeah, we'll inspect the fluid for you. It's actually like $200 fucking dollars. I'm like, yeah, okay, no, just do the basic shit for me.
Wait. $200 to inspect fluid?
Oh no, I'm making.
I'm about to say like, holy shit, that should not even be the case at all. It's not even hard to inspect fluid.
No, it's probably like the whatever package, like 85, because I went to go select an appointment. I was like, oh yeah, I think I'm at like 80,000 miles on this car.
Well, they're gonna be like at 80,000 miles.
Yeah, like the standard maintenance package or whatever. They're like, oh yeah, inspecting like all the CVT fluid or whatever, blah blah blah, like all this shit. It's like $240 fucking dollars. I was like, I'm looking at the list of stuff. I'm like, dude, all this shit I can do, like replacing the cabin filter was like fucking 60 or something. I'm like, dude, that's fucking right there. I can do it myself.
The other thing is the cabin filter. They don't charge labor for that. It's literally just the part, how quick it is to replace it. And then your usual cabin filter is like $20 or $30 list price, and then then it's like 50 something bucks when you buy from the dealership.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's like for like an idiot savant, like that's perfect. But they can just buy it there. It's done in and out, fair enough. But like usually you do what's called a 23-point inspection. And that's just doing a quick look over the car, check the brakes, you check the fluids, they check a few other things in the vehicle. They when they put on the lift, they'll see on the bottom if there's anything wrong with like any part of the vehicle pretty much. outside of plugging it into a full diagnostic, that's free. You shouldn't have to spend a single fucking dime for them to look at the car. It's not a real diagnostic. That's a basic like, oh, your 4x4 needs to be serviced. Your transmission fluid's probably shit. There's a certain amount of miles where they'll say these things generally need to be replaced. We're going to suggest them to you. A fuel service, for example, is one for like, over time your car needs a fuel service, just regardless, because carbon buildup. It is all like there's certain services that are legit. Like you should probably do. Like a fuel service is one the mechanics even do their own car. If I see mechanics do it, I know it's not.
Yeah, I think the only thing I do is like alignment. Like I'll have them do for me. Like I don't got fucking.
Yeah. Tire rotation's also a pretty good one because you want to save money on tires. It's like fucking $20 to do a tire rotation. Might as well do it instead of spending fucking $800 on a pair of tires.
I gotta get new tires now, but I've had them for fucking years. So.
Also, you said you have a CVT. Do you know?
I don't know if that's actually.
I was gonna say never get one. They suck. Fuck those things.
No,
rotary engine. They suck. Fuck them.
Yeah. I used to have it in my Mazda until my wife crashed it. She knew better. That's why she crashed it. She had a deer. Fuck it.
Even worse is when they add fake gear shifts in it. It's like that's the whole point. And it's like, well, customers were uncomfortable because they didn't feel the shifts. It's like, then don't make a CVT to begin with. If your customer base isn't gonna like it,
don't do it.
Fucking idiot.
So sluts.
Fucking asshole.
So all right, well, we're gonna head out of here. I had an extra beer too many. That's because I started early tonight. That's all good. Go upstairs and snore in my wife's face and have her kick me out of bed. So Ben, Yimra, thank you for finally we're all together again. The boys are back in town. So until next week, everyone else, have a good night. Everyone in the chat, thank you for coming out as well. And Ben, enjoy that steak. Enjoy that steak.
With that cack.
If all goes well, you'll be seeing pictures later.
Ooh, of your dick?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, his dick next to that meat. This meat next to that dick. I don't know. Whatever.
Put garlic butter on his pushcadell so I can get a good texture going.
Yeah, we're gonna end it right there. Everyone have a good night.